You are not listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on Uncensored Radio. Melvin Mayhem back in the building for the pay-per-view recap of Viral Violence. And I have a special guest with me, none other than the historic Michael Giuliano. Welcome back to the show, Michael.
Thank you very much. It's great to be back. And for all those people who are sick of hearing my voice, you need to step up and do something about it.
And you said it. I mean, we mentioned this on the last podcast. I'm sure some people got butthurt, like I said at the end of that last podcast we did, but it is what it is, right? I mean, that was the whole point of it. I had to air out my frustrations. It was a state of the league address. If people didn't like it, they could kiss my ass. I really am on that level right now where if you're not on board with me, then just, get the fuck out the league. But so I'm sure some people, took offense to it. The others were probably, laughing hysterically and entertained by what we had to say. And those are the managers that I hope stay on board and, they understand the way this game is being played properly and they're not, getting their fucking feelings hurt. But you can't. What can you say? You can't control people's feelings. You know what I mean? If they get hurt, they get
No.
hurt. It's just, it is. But again, the show must go on, as the saying goes. And this podcast is not about that. It's about the pay-per-view. Of course, you had a historic pay-per-view, pun intended. And we touch the matches first, get those out of the way because we did briefly mention them in the last podcast. First, I'll start with just because of preference. Miss Eva Danger versus Denise Destiny. I want to know your true thoughts on this. Again, we touched on it in the last podcast, but now we're getting a little bit more in depth. I think it was an amazing matchup. I believe Eva Danger, she's going to try to play the injured card and that she wasn't at 100%. There's some stuff going on in the war room regarding that. But at the end of the night, we mentioned this before. You got to perform. You got to get your ass in the ring, whether you're hurt or not, and give it your all. But apparently, the Black Widow was ready for her. She's been saying it from day one that she was going to take that title off of Eva Danger's waist. That's exactly what she did. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
Absolutely. And that's the thing. She said a lot of things about Eva, but the thing we know, there's nobody. Denise is the only woman good enough to beat Eva. So we knew when we debuted all these women challenging and jumping her, all futile. We knew that she did it in the NBL. It was only a matter of time doing the WWL. And I have to say, not only was I impressed, these two girls stole the show. I think they stole the pay-per-view. Um, and inside Hell in a Cell, I hear these mumblings and excuses. Eva was hurt and this and that. Yes, but like you said, you still got to show up. And to her credit, she walked in that ring. But Denise, you can't take no credit away from her for seizing the opportunity, seizing the moment, and doing what a professional should do, which is capitalize on an opponent's weakness, and that's what she did. She
That's
took
exactly
advantage
what
of
she
the
did.
injuries, and she literally broke her at the pay-per-view at Viral Violence.
Absolutely. I mean, the fans were going crazy. They were chanting "Fight Forever," so it was something to behold. And again, the Black Widow, she had her number, man. Is again, it stemmed from the NBL. This isn't a brand new feud. This is a feud that's carried on. There's a lot of animosity between the two. And they both had something to prove. Eva was out to prove that she's the cream of the crop, and Denise was there to show her, listen, no, you're not. You forget who I am, and I'm back to show you and remind you of who I am. And it ended up being going her way. And again, she is the Goddess Extreme World Champion for the women's division. So kudos to the Black Widow for doing exactly what she said she was gonna do. Not many wrestlers can do that where they come into a league and pretty much say from day one, listen,
This is what I'm going to do.
that
Do it.
that belt is mine, and she did it. So, and it's funny because if I'm not mistaken, a few cycles back, the entire women's division pretty much signed up to fight her in one cycle, and obviously every wrestler has their off cycle. They caught Eva. I mean, they caught Denise off guard, but the one person that couldn't beat her that cycle happened to be Miss Eva Danger, and
She's
that
got
said it all.
Eva's number.
Yes.
She's in Eva's head, and she's been in Eva's head for a long time. And if
Yes,
anyone doubts that, all they got to do is take a trip to the war room, and they'll
exactly.
see who owns the war room. The same woman who owns the center of that ring.
Absolutely. And again, she did what she had to do. She shut the entire roster down pretty much. And she's already cemented herself here in the WWE and letting she put the division on notice, saying, "Listen, I just took out your best, so what is it that you could possibly do next to dethrone me?" There are some. I'm already in the works of trying to get a rematch going. She did request a rematch. The belts are supposed to be defended in gauntlet fashion, but because I want to see Miss Eva Danger at 100% versus Denise Destiny at 100%, I am granting this rematch, and it will be in Cycle 12's Taboo Tuesday main event. So Denise has to lace up those boots again and get ready to square up against Eva. Hopefully Eva's fully healed, and there'll really be no excuses. Nothing. There's nothing she'll say. If she loses, and that's pretty much it.
Different cycle. As I like to say, the more things change, the more they stay the same, Melvin.
You are absolutely right. And
the girls also made history. They shed blood the first time in our business. 2 women shedding blood inside Hell in a Cell. Another historic moment.
this is absolutely true. Again, they put it on the line. They show that they can do it just as good as the men can do it, and this is part of the entire women's revolution that's been going on and is carrying on into the IWA, especially here in the WWL, where our women's division is stacked. And to see those two go at it like that and pretty much set the example and set the bar for the rest of the women's division, that was the highlight of my night for me. That's why I started it with this matchup, because to me, out of all the matches on the card, this was probably the most important.
Yeah, they stole the show for sure.
They absolutely did. And so I definitely want to touch on the next title match, and that would be for the Wicked Wayward Championship no holds barred match. And that match was between Extreme Survivor and, of course, the reigning champion, Big Daddy Johnson. Now, apparently, Extreme Survivor, he did get defeated by Big Daddy Johnson. Survivor was the guest enforcer. Apparently, interference that took place. Am I right? Or
yeah, little internal warfare going on in the dynasty that will get settled, which I'll get to in a moment. But during that match, Extreme and Big Daddy are just shredding each other to pieces. I mean, blood was going everywhere. These two, and I knew it. And Extreme, he don't care. You can destroy him all night. And he enjoys it. So it wasn't about that. But just like Eva, I was talking before Denise being in Eva's head. The same can be true. Is Extreme made that one mental mistake that he can't make? His only weakness. Extreme has really no weakness in his game. But when his older brother, that momentary distraction, that Survivor interjected himself. Just that slight hand of distraction, even though Survivor technically didn't even lay a hand on his younger brother. It was that Extreme snapped, couldn't contain himself, and his hatred and rage for Survivor overtook his goal for winning the Wayward Championship. And ultimately, that's what cost him history, so to speak, that night. But let's get back to what's going to happen.
Before you continue, Giuliano, some might argue that it was more than that. It wasn't just psychological games. And just to touch on that, I do have a special guest that's crashing this podcast, and this person is on now, and that's none other than the manager of Big Daddy Johnson, Mr. Rick Angel. You there?
I'm here, Mel.
Do you want to chime in on what we've been saying regarding this apparent psychological misstep on the part of Extreme Survivor? Would you call it that, or would you call it just a lack of skills on his part?
I'm going with a lack of skill on his part.
Very disappointed to hear you say that, Rick. Very disappointed. You should know better, Rick. You should know better.
Yeah.
Extreme didn't become the number 1 contender by accident.
True, but he didn't become the champion. Now did he?
No, time will tell. Don't worry. Well, it won't be the last time this man gets a title opportunity. That I can guarantee you. And don't worry, the dynasty has other members shooting for that title. Big Daddy is not safe from contendership. Never safe.
You heard it there.
Never.
If you ask me, I don't know. I mean, I did see the match, obviously with all the rest of the fans that were tuning into this pay-per-view, and I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn. I kind of side with both of you guys on that one because I did see a lack of focus on Extreme Survivor's part. He's usually a little more, like I say, he's usually a little more focused with what he's doing, but he did seem a little bit off. But at the same time, you can't take none away from Big Daddy Johnson. He's been, with him and how Uranus, these two have been tearing up the league from day one. And, they've been stepping into that ring and getting it done night in, night out, cycle in, cycle out. And no one's been able to really topple these guys from the beginning. So I don't know, man. I'm really torn between this one. I love Extreme Survivor skills. He is, legendary and a wrestler. But Big Daddy Johnson, man, this guy's hard to beat.
He got the job done. I'm not going to take nothing away from Big Daddy. Champion deserves the credit. But let's not make believe there was some extenuating circumstances here, people.
Well, I don't know how Rick feels about that, but
he can think what he wants to think.
I will.
Rick,
so don't worry.
Rick, since I have you on the line, Rick, I definitely want to touch on your boy, your golden boy. I guess that's what I don't know what to call him. Do I call him 3 belts? What do I call this guy?
Hal 3 belts.
Hal 3 belts. This fucking guy is, and I mentioned this in the last podcast. He fought. First of all, he battled not just anybody, but he battled the head of Annihilation Inc., Justin Kyle, and somehow, some way, managed to not only defeat Justin Kyle and retain the Nefarious World Heavyweight Championship, but on that very same night, he also went toe-to-toe with Minister of Hate to become the first ever Eliminator X World Champion. So now this man is the first double Mayhem champion in the WWL. And if that wasn't enough, this fucking guy has the nerve to walk out with the Crest of Chaos champion as well. Now, how the fuck does one man walk away from a pay-per-view wearing 3 belts? One over his shoulder, one over his waist, and one hanging off his dick. Please.
I'm trying to figure it out.
It's all God-given talent.
You sure there's not some extra vitamins he's taking? I'm trying to figure this out.
Hal just gives out the doses of vitamin.
He's not receiving any?
Does not receive.
Are you sure, Rick?
He's a pitcher, not a catcher.
He's been quite erect lately in the ring.
Keep thinking about
real quick.
I think you've lost control of the podcast now.
Wait, no, because actually it could be further from the truth. Because welcome to the show, Mr. Flip. How are you, buddy?
Tired as a motherfucker.
I don't want to hear that bullshit.
No excuses.
No excuses, buddy.
No excuses, but let's rock, man.
Flip. Welcome to the show.
So who's taking it right now?
Well, vitamin D's for everybody.
Oh man.
So in case you didn't know, Flip, right now I have Giuliano on the show, and I also have Rick Angel crashing the party tonight.
Damn. Wicked Warriors fucking party.
Nice. Fully loaded.
Fully loaded and locked in and ready to go.
Nice.
So you just walked into a conversation we were having. We were talking about how Uranus, obviously he's one of your favorites. You tend to mention him in every podcast and how you're scared of the vitamin D. But
never that. Enjoy and yeah. No, there is no hating on the vitamin D. As a matter of fact, Perfecto's already taken it to another level, man. You'll see this cycle. You know what? You know what? They got gold. The fucking judges came after them and got slapped across the face. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Those guys are gonna rock now, dude. That's all they needed is a little taste of gold, you know. I guess the vitamin D's rubbing off.
I think so. But listen, again, this guy, I mean, there's nothing else I could say about this dude. Right now, he's on top of the mountain. He's the king of the mountain right now. You know, so Rick, you're doing an amazing job managing this guy because from day one, he's set the bar, and that bar just keeps getting higher and higher. I don't really know how he's gonna top this, but he's got people gunning for him.
With a cherry on top, bitch. That's how you top it. Put a cherry on top and just keep going, brother. Knock it out.
This guy's fucking. He's doing it up, but again, that's what I expect. You know, I signed the contract because I knew what I was getting. I knew how Uranus was going to deliver the goods in more ways than one, obviously. But he's been doing it up, and I really don't see anybody, taking him out. Not even Survivor. I really don't see it happening. Giuliano, what do you think?
All due respect. Now, there are some new Cretans Melvin has signed to the WWL. So Rick has to watch out for some of these.
This is true. Actually, speaking of that, Giuliano.
Speaking of Cretans.
Speaking of Cretans, I got word that there's they're calling themselves the Secret Six. And apparently they're coming after the Survivor Dynasty this cycle.
Nice.
That's all I know. I don't know any.
Is it everybody?
Those are the Cretans in the war room that have decided to open their mouth and try to.
I can't say that it is. I can't say that it is and that it isn't. I'm just passing the word along. This is what I heard. This is the what's going on in the wire right now. Secret Six is all I know, and they said that they're coming for the Dynasty.
So it takes 6 of them to take us down, really.
This should be
6. So 6 Cretans it's going to take. This should be entertaining at the very least. Futile, but probably entertaining.
Now, was I mistaken, or did none of the Affinity make the front page this cycle?
First of all, let's not talk about the Affinity.
Little sore subject.
Don't get me started with those fucking FMR biker pussy fuckers. Because first of all, instead of fucking manning the fuck up and trying to get to the pay-per-view, they jump on their fucking motorcycles and head the fuck out of Dodge because they can't take the heat in the WWL. That's the reason why I threw Fire and Ice into the tag team title, because they were more deserving than FMR scared little punk pussy bitch ass fucking motorcycle bitches that they are. I think they're either in LSL or some other fucking league right now. They could kiss my goddamn ass because I think they were scared of the agents of Endgame coming after them. They was hip to what was going on. So I think they were just hightailing it out of there because they couldn't take the heat, buddy. So yeah, fuck Infinity, fuck Renegade Slade Stevens, and all those Cretans.
And Melvin, you guys like that word, huh, Melvin? Now you talked about
that's the word of the day.
Cretans. There you go. About making. Hold on a second. Unfucking believable, these people. Oh.
Yeah, breathe in, breathe out.
The Secret Six, really. This is what I have to deal with now. Unfucking believable. Melvin, where do you find these people?
Listen, I'm just passing along the word. Don't kill the messenger.
Flip, I don't know where he finds these people.
I don't know who it is. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm letting you know they're coming for you, buddy.
Oh, a sneak attack, Flip. A sneak attack is on the way.
You heard it, Flip. Now listen,
I'm having memories of Batman coming after me, Flip.
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness. So let me get back to some of these matches real quick, because there is one I want to touch on now that I have all of you guys on the air. But I did want to touch on, of course, the Unholy Trinity World 6-Man Championships. This match to me was very, very, I want to say probably right underneath Eva Danger and Denise Destiny's match as far as importance. And the reason for that is because, again, as you guys know, I reintroduced these titles. These were like the main titles that I had over in the NBL. I kind of I resurrected it because of the importance that they held in the NBL and brung them over here. And, obviously the people involved, Flamingo Brothers, very deserving. Flamingo Brothers have been in the league from day one, ultra competitive. They've won the titles. They've been on the title page repeatedly, always showing up every cycle, putting in that work. So I gave them the match. And of course, their opponents were the winners of the best of 3 series between the Stonewall Brothers, which Rick, you manage, and the Dynasty, which obviously Giuliano manages. Now, to me, I was a little bit shocked because I actually thought the Stonewall Brothers were going to make it into this title match because they were on the roll. They had the momentum. But then I guess, Giuliano, your guys just said...
I changed the plan, Melvin. I changed the plan.
So,
he
Rick,
absolutely did.
That you guys got knocked out of contention for those titles.
Oh, they've been sucking in 6-man lately, so it was no surprise.
I just seized the opportunity, just like Denise does. I seized the opportunity.
How did that one end? It went
another historic night.
2-1, or was it a sweep?
It was not a sweep. We went to the limit.
It went the distance.
Oh, We're
And
talking.
but here's the thing, though. It started 2-0. Stonewall's had them up 2-0. And then they came back and swept. They swept them. So yeah, you could say it was a sweep, but it was like one of those last minute sweeps. So that kind of shows you, just what the Survivor Dynasty is capable of when their backs are against the wall. So I gotta give you credit for that. That's the reason why they ended up in this title match. And again, they walked away with the Unholy Trinity 6-man title. So they are the champions.
Yeah, the big man, he was very impressive in that match, as he's been, he's won the Twisted Carnage title and other championships. The insurance policy has stepped it up, and he definitely stepped it up in that match. Of course, with the technical prowess of the future Devin Destiny, all I had to do was pick up the crumbs at the end.
Well, Devin Destiny's been one of your main proteges. Like this guy, he's he's the total package. He's like the Bret Hitman Hart of the fucking dynasty.
We're grooming him for bigger and better things, definitely. This was a nice victory. I believe he got the pin. So he's definitely coming along. It's his time to shine soon. But we got to take care of some internal business, as I mentioned previous in the broadcast. We'll get to whenever you're ready, and then we'll go from there.
Sure, definitely. Well, there's only two more matches really. Well, one we already touched on, but just not in detail. Again, I was Fire and Ice. Your guys went up against Cardinal Sin and Bishop Faith of Legion of Darkness for those tag titles. And Fire and Ice, that was a surprise. Again, that's because FMR's pussy bitch punk asses ran out of the league. So, I had to find replacements. Yeah, opportunities. So it came knocking. Fire and Ice were the next in line. And they came through, man. They got that opportunity, and they said it's time to show these people what we're capable of. They've had independent success, and I guess you were reminding everybody that when they get together, there's nothing they can't do. And now they are the Mayhem Men Tag Team Champions.
You were mentioned early in the broadcast while putting people on notice, and that's what they wanted to do at Viral Violence, is remind people why they're the best tag team in the world, why they dominated the ECL, why they've been successful wherever they've been. And why, even though things don't always happen when people want them to happen, but when the bright lights and the big pay-per-view matches, the dynasty usually shows up.
Yeah, you got to step up. That's the opportunity to make an impact, and that's exactly what they did. So, I wasn't shocked, I'll tell you that. But I think I was a little bit more surprised because on their very first attempt, they pulled it off. So kudos to them for becoming those tag team champions. The final match on the card was for the Dual Combat Women's Tag Team Championships. This did not involve any of your guys or Rick's guys, but it did involve members of MJ family, and that was Snowy Chloe and Mad Maddie, and they ended up beating Centricity and Ariana Spooks. These two tag teams have been on fucking fire since they came into
fucking mop the floor with both of them two fucking teams.
He's gonna keep.
Dude. Yeah, both of them fucking bitches guys were strangled.
They've been on the title. They've been on the title page quite a few times, and they both earned this spot.
Whenever they want, just sign the match, man. My savages are fucking.
So what I want to know, Melvin,
Bowie and Lowy fucking Centricity, and both of them getting mopped up.
Worry, the matches will be made. I know those man beasts. They want their hands on those titles, so I'll work on giving them a shot.
Yeah, two and three would like a shot at those too.
Make sure they flip.
Yeah, you know what? Bullshit aside, then why don't they got it? They've been on the title page since day one. Fucking.
And here's a nice little newsflash, Melvin. The Black Widow is looking for a partner of her own to enter into that competition.
Oh,
there's some news for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
She's in search. There's a search for a partner for her.
I want to say I know what you're hinting at, but I don't want to say.
We won't go there yet, my friend. We won't go there yet.
Okay.
Oh, you better go there. They're gonna get fucking mad in here, dude. You better go there soon.
Oh, you mean
it's better enough 2 and 3 keep getting 5 free matches every fucking cycle. You get better.
Wait, Flip. You mean me? The historic one get heat? No, not at all.
No. Oh, hurry up. Hey, someone hurry up and beat fucking 2 and 3.
Oh, now, Giuliano, since you're on the air also, let's not forget there was a match there tucked away somewhere in the pay-per-view that we haven't really shed light on, and that was a loss that you suffered at the pay-per-view.
It was the low point of my night. Yes.
Of Lord Larius, and this was the Asylum match.
You put me in this freaking torment machine, and I had no idea what to expect. I could barely walk for a week. Thank God I got the insurance policy.
So you spent the night with Hal?
You got the vitamin D after that match. I'm sure you felt better the next morning.
It was brutal. Not the vitamin D. I'm talking about the match.
That anal canal. So how to take it easy.
Hey, how many leads is that for Hal?
2.
2?
2.
Has anybody else got 2? Just the dentist early, right?
Fucking dentist. The people Melvin gets at. Okay.
Listen, that was a promising angle that it just fell flat. I had no control over that.
Another
Don't
Korean.
hold that one on me. Don't put that shit on me.
Another Korean Melvin found under a rock.
It was a fucking Cretan, all right? I didn't know. Sometimes you got to take chances when you sign these contracts. I didn't know.
Like the Secret Six.
Like the Secret Six.
Fucking.
Or like those other ones, the agents. Like where'd they go?
Don't you worry about the agents.
Are they still here? Are they one of the ones that left?
They're secret.
You need to worry about those
I
ICAM.
ain't worried about them. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell they are. Like, everybody else at least.
ICAM.
What? Shit, dude. Those guys, you don't even want to talk about those guys.
Coming their way, from what I hear.
You know what? They can keep trying, dude. Like I said, those guys ain't even gonna, worry about the agents, man. They got their eyes focused.
I don't know. I think they should, but I'll leave it at that.
No, we'll see, man. Are any of the agents? Are any of the agents on the front page? Did the agents make the front page? Huh? Oh man, it's getting hot in here. Man,
Lowe's being fucker.
It's over. Man, what cycle is this? When's the last time the agent's been on this? Come on,
Melvin. Did someone say unholy? No, it was just in my head.
There you go.
Unholy? What? Unholy what?
Yeah, it was just in my head. I could have been imagining things, man. I no. After what happened in the asylum, I don't know what I'm saying.
No, you didn't. No, you heard right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
that's in the works. That's in the works. Don't worry about that.
Just make sure it's a nice, what? Since we ain't going anywhere, you just make sure that's a 7 series because this is gonna be worth it.
TikTok, fellas, TikTok. They're.
Now listen, Giuliano.
A bomb is about to be let off soon in the WWL. The Secret Six better be ready.
Oh no! Don't tell people the agents are the Secret Sex.
Oh hell no!
No, we went in self. We went in self to WWL.
Agents don't have secrets. If the agent's gonna tell you something, they tell you to your face. They don't hide behind a Secret Six moniker. First of all,
the Secret Six. Are the judges? Who the hell are the judges? Man, judges, dude, you better not sign matches against me again, man. Damn it, messing up my record, trying to mess up my record. Shit. Fuck. I don't even have a belt, man. I'm trying to stay over here tagging 6. Someone's chasing my singles, and I'm like, what the hell? Who the hell signed? What? Why? And I say it again, man. The protectors of peace. We're the protectors of peace. That's what happens when you come after us.
There you go.
It's gonna happen to Hal. It's gonna happen to Hal. You know what? I would watch out for Perfecto because he's been going around putting his fingers in people's noses, going, like, smell my finger.
Yeah,
that finger's been everywhere. Just ask Hal. Damn.
I hope it's not inside those savages.
Hey, wherever it's been that day, who knows, man? Just that's the other thing. Did you hear that? The fucking savages have decided to wrestle in the buff. They're like, if fucking Hal's gonna be allowed to wrestle in the buff, I'm not shaving. I'm gonna fucking let my fucking hairy nipples grow out. So she's fucking watch out.
I don't know. That might affect my ratings. I don't know about that.
Well, fuck.
I might have to blur out the screen when they're wrestling.
Well, you figure something out. You figure something
I'll
out.
have to put those little distorted fucking images when they're fighting, just for the hell of it.
Nice. Nice.
I don't need the fans at home watching that nasty shit.
Oh,
Not-
man.
Yeah, before we keep going off the rails here, Giuliano, you did have something you wanted to touch on at the beginning of the podcast. I think now's your time
We
to bring.
weren't off the rails yet?
Yeah, way past off the wheels, fellas.
Man.
So it makes it entertaining.
I wanted to address the cretins we spoke of, the simpletons and the WWL who have the audacity to go on the war room, call me out and my relationship with Flip and Melvin. So first off, let me clear a few things.
Oh,
Flip don't have me on. Flip doesn't have me on because of my personality. Flip has me on because I cause heat, I cause controversy, which means I cause ratings for the show. I am must-hear radio. That's why Flip has me on, not because he likes me and we're best friends. And as far as Melvin's concerned, these moronic people think because me and Melvin have a past, he does me any favors. If anything, Melvin holds me to a higher standard. He makes me earn it double. Anything I've done or the dynasty has done, we've had to work twice as hard as the next guy to get there because of our past, because he's so conscious of making sure of no preference. Please, these people, you cretins, fucking get a clue before you open your mouth and put your stupidity to print, for God's sakes. All right, I'm done.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair to say that the only favors being done in the WWL is Perfecto to Hal.
That's about it. I have to.
Well, now that Craven's gone, he was doing that before Perfecto.
That's true. You got a good point. Now he can go suck on somebody else.
You know what? Ever since fucking the WWL went uncensored, Perfecto has gone through a costume change. So just watch for his new costume, because my goodness.
Oh, shit. Wait, no more gimp suit.
No, he dropped the gimp suit, bro. He's like, you know what? We're uncensored. I don't need to hide nothing. I'm just fucking.
A birthday suit?
Oh, you know what? But he has like a fro, so it's just rocking, bro.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so he got, Perfecto has that natural fuzz down there, so he just got the big old fro, so. Yeah, bro.
Stay tuned, folks. You heard it here first.
Like 70s fucking Afro style. Oh, man.
And as for this secret fucking sex that's going around, stop hiding behind a freaking moniker, show some balls, and write a real promo and show who you are if you want to shot the dynasty.
Shots fired. That's the rebuttal. That's your rebuttal right there, Secret Six.
There's your favoritism, fuckos.
Holy shit. Fine.
Like you said the last time, you opened a contract. Did anybody take you up on it?
Well, one of the cretins kind of did. One of those hiding behind the Secret Six, I imagine. But they're the ones who have the nerve to drop your name and Melvin's name. Like, if they got the balls, they could call. They could be online. Just because I'm the only one generating heat, and I'm the only one generating numbers. What, me and Rick are the ones making
nuclear heat.
Let's be clear. Me and Rick are, between the two of us, we're running the league. And that's our fault because we're better than everybody else? No. If you got a problem with us, meet us. Do something about it. I'm not trying to speak for Rick, but I do generate nuclear heat. That's all I'm going to say.
Rick, how do you feel about that? Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the creativity behind this, the dynasty, and the creativity behind, Hal Uranus and Daddy's Girls, and oh man, I mean, just those angles alone have carried us the last couple of cycles. And like you said, Melvin, this wasn't going to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to keep up at this pace, at this extreme, at this wickedness. What this is as uncensored as the WWL, as the IWA is going to get. Period.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait, speaking of Daddy's Girls, Mr. Rick, so you sticking with 3 Girls 1 Cup?
I haven't decided yet. Like I said, that was the first one that popped into my head. But then I remembered the one I was thinking of because fucking Prince came on the radio, so I thought Pussy Control. That was the one that I couldn't remember.
Nice, nice.
May I make a suggestion?
If it's Pussy Control, they have their own theme song already.
Yeah.
May I have a suggestion?
Okay.
How about pay as you hoe?
Yeah.
I vote for that one. Sounds like nuclear heat. That sounds like nuclear heat to me.
I might put an ad in the next report for everybody to vote on Daddy's Girl's new trio name. Give them an official 6-woman name. I might do a poll in the war room and see which one wins.
How about Trey Leche?
Les Leches.
I knew Melvin liked that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. No, I don't know. I like that. I like the 3 girls 1 cup. I don't know. The something about that was hysterical. You might want to run with that. Either that or pay as you hoe. One of those.
I'll think on it still.
So yeah, fellas, I'm loving the fact that we're chopping it up. We're shooting the shit here. But just so the rest of the listeners out there know, I have been reaching out to a lot of the different managers, trying to get some new managers on the air. We have had a lot of the repeat offenders, of course, yourself, Giuliano, Rick Angel, Flip is always on with me. I am trying to work behind the scenes to get some more people on. I actually had 2 other managers that were this close to joining in on this also, but unfortunately life gets in the way and they weren't able to join us. Then it really would have gotten off the rails, but in a good way. But I'm working again to try to get at least another 3 or 4 managers that haven't been heard yet, and I'm trying to get their voices on here just to get their feedback on the league, some insight into their roster. And just like you, Flip, you try to get all these different managers, as many managers as you can. I'm trying to do the same here for the WWF, just so that they can voice their opinions and put out whatever thoughts they might have and feelings they might have. Hopefully they're not butthurt from the last podcast we did. But hopefully within the next few weeks we're gonna hear maybe at least 2 or 3 new managers we haven't heard yet. That's the goal. It looks like it's gonna work out that way, but you never know. I can't control life. But
yeah, no, man. I mean, just speaking out of character for a little bit. I mean, just giving the IWA managers different options. I mean, obviously, you wanted to go uncensored for obvious reasons, just to be able to, let loose. Shit, if you want to cuss, you want to talk shit, you go ahead. Here you are. Come
that's
get
it.
You want to hide behind a moniker and talk shit? Yeah, come on out.
But hiding behind it's the best way, because then you could say whatever you want and nobody can come after you.
That's the whole point.
Only for so long.
Wait. I just got a question. Are these 6? Do they have anything to do with a certain pop star?
Oh no,
Okay.
they no, definitely not. No.
God no.
Just for the record,
just making sure.
Rick, just for the record, that was something that was being negotiated prior. But I put the brakes on it. It didn't happen. That's why
the king of the Queens was gonna come.
There will be no pop stars in the WWL. Just leave it at that. And I know exactly what you were getting at with that. It ain't gonna happen.
What? No pop stars in the dude. We already got a bunch of pop stars here, man.
Yeah,
we got Hal Uranus. Yeah, we got plenty of rock stars here.
I'm gonna call them the douchebag 6. That's the name until they show them who they are. So the douchebag 6.
The gloves. Shots fired.
Shots. Nice.
Melvin. You did say it was uncensored, so I'm going there.
Now are they on roster?
Say that again.
Are they on roster?
I can't say.
I
cannot say. My goal was to pass along the message. That is all I'm saying.
Oh, boy, did you ever. I'm ready.
That's all I'm saying. Whatever happens after that, it happens. But I was told, listen, when you get on, put it out there. That's what I did. You guys take it the way you want to. I'm just letting you know the secret 6, the cretins, whatever the fuck you want to call them, douchebag 6, they coming for you, Giuliano.
The douchebag 6, buddy. I can't wait.
But yeah, like Giuliano, like
yeah, you know what the fucked up part, dude? Giuliano, if they fucking work the shit out of you, bro, God, man, it's gonna be a fucked up show that next one.
You're not gonna hear the end of that one.
Oh man.
It's okay. It's okay to lose a battle or 2, boys. It's the war that matters.
Oh yes, let's go for it.
The douchebag 6 have no idea what's in store for them.
Oh, nice.
to get back where my train of thought was going before I got derailed again. Again, I'm trying to get as many people as I can on right now. Things are looking super, super good for the upcoming report. I'm actually, just for everybody listening, I'm gonna upload this tonight. I'm already halfway done with the report. I got 2 weeks to go. What does that tell you? So right now, I've been really going really balls deep in this report. Actually, Flip, I sent you a screenshot of one of the things I was working on. Like, I'm trying to bring stuff back the way it was when it started this league, when I was blowing people's fucking minds. It's happening all over again. And I'm really, really psyched about what the material and the product, like Giuliano likes to say it is, for you guys, because I really feel this is probably going to be my best work to date. I'm that, focused. I'm that locked in on it. Trying some new things, trying to fuse it with some old stuff just to appease to everybody, because that's style.
No, and I think by just like, I mean, you've already announced, from the minute you went uncensored, that you were going off the radar, and just keeping everybody in the loop, whether it's through the, war room, and just letting everybody know kind of when it's coming, what's coming. It's exactly. once a cycle, once every cycle, every other cycle, keep, yeah, man, it's shit, dude. Come on. With a product like that, Melvin, I think the managers understand, that it's not nothing, nothing simple,
Exactly. That was one of the main points I try to make. It's time consuming. They don't, I had to remind these people that I put a lot of my personal time into this shit. It's not like I have fucking free time, and I got 3 kids, and I work full time, and I'm fucking picking them up from school, and I got to make time for them on weekend. Like, I don't really have that much downtime, but in that downtime I have, look at what I'm putting together. So that just goes to show the passion I have, that I'm willing to not just utilize my free time, but I utilize my free time, to such an extent that I get a lot done, and
for this game we love, for this game we all love.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Again, I don't really do. I mean, I do it for myself, as far as to appease my, it's my hobby. It's something I love to do. We're all guilty of it. We're all fucking grown ass men that are stuck on this childhood fucking hobby we've had, because it's fun. But again, I kind of superseded that, where it's not just for me. I'm doing it for you guys, because I know it's gonna keep you guys entertained. It's something different. It's not the normal black and white bullshit bulletin that the IWA gives you, with a couple trash talk, little bullshit picture. Like, I'm trying to deliver a full-fledged fucking newsletter, magazine style experience, and with this report coming up, I truly feel like, again, this is probably the best material I've ever put out. So, and I want to keep it at that level, which was the reason why I did the podcast, the reason why I aired out my frustrations, because I guess at the end of the day, I have such high expectations for all the managers, and like everybody that's on this podcast right now, you guys especially you've been there with me from day one. You signed up, you've been giving me A+ material to work with. You guys are, for the most part, except for Flip with his fucked up computer recently, you guys have been delivering.
That is still no excuse. My hard drive crashed, and I had still got you.
Straight, we deliver.
Flip, I love you. I'm just fucking with you. But still, like, you guys have been there from day one, and I truly appreciate what you guys have been doing. I never have problems with you guys. I always get what I need. Sometimes it's last minute. You guys still come through, whether it's a trash talk or a podcast. So for that, I genuinely thank you guys. Thank you for always coming on these shows with me and touching on your rosters, jumping in on these to entertain the rest of the managers. I truly appreciate it. But I need the rest of the managers to step up and not be as equal as far as how much you guys are putting in, but just, work better, work to get to that level of commitment you guys have, because if everybody did that, man, this league will be blowing the hinges off of everything, man. And
I'm sorry, Flip. No, I was just gonna say, don't try to. You may not be able to get to the bar of excellence that me and Rick have set, but raise your own bar, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Do not keep do not be satisfied with mediocrity.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely right. And it seemed like some of these managers were doing just that. They were settling
you know what? Then I'm gonna stay away from going after you. Then, since you're gonna. I'm just gonna go after somebody else. You know what? The agents can kiss my ass. I'm not even gonna fucking fuck with them. Fuck the agents. I'm going after someone else. You can go pick on somebody else that's being a mute and fucking kick the shit out of them. Because I'm not gonna go pick on the agents if I know they're gonna keep moving. Fuck the agents, homie. Fuck the judges. Fuck the agents. Fuck lords. Fuck everybody else.
Raise the bar.
I can, baby. I can, homie. I create the monsters, homie.
Fucking
I ain't even gonna worry about the fucking survivors anymore. I know they're all bad. Fuck them. I mean, I had enough. One pit match is enough to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That.
The goat, yeah, the goat.
The goat killer? Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, man. Fuck all you guys. I ain't going after any of you bitches.
Listen, at the end of the day, this
Uncle Frank, I'm going after all you motherfuckers now. Uncle and Frank.
Let's fucking universally attack the infection and MJ.
The Sinister Six and MJ. Oh man.
Douchebag 6.
Douchebags.
So again, I got a lot of stuff going down in the pipeline. I have some updates coming up in this report. Some things I had to change up only because of what recently went down. Again, I had to do like a complete reset with a lot of the stuff. But again, that allows for a clean slate. You know, a reset allows for, you know, people to start over and maybe do things differently, you know, and now they have that chance. You literally not only was it after a pay-per-view, like Giuliano touched on the last podcast, where, you know, when a pay-per-view is over, this is your fresh start, but the entire league is reset, you know, so now it's not just, you know, that one event that was there. Everything from top to bottom has changed. So
you have a chance now, agents. You guys are
right.
You have a chance.
So remember that ICAM, they got a chance.
We're gonna
get a fucking chance.
An unholy chance, some would say.
An unholy chance. That's all I'm gonna say.
The only way you're gonna beat me if you fucking Vince McMahon fucking Montreal screw job me. It's the only way you're gonna fucking beat me if you say it like that. Coming at you. Make sure you pick your singles. Make sure. Yeah, you know what? I'm coming. Well, I already told you I'm not going after you. Fuck the agents. Tell me I'm going after somebody else. You can keep coming after me. I'm not coming after you. Fuck the agents. I'm gonna go after the judges with my.
ICAM is fucked.
You can keep trying. Keep trying. If you want losses on your records just for trying, you know, we'll give you a loss for trying, brother. Don't even worry. But I'm gonna keep my attention focused, you know, over here with someone else, because there's plenty of people here. Who else is here? Who the fuck else is here? The Lords? The Lords need a fucking good whooping. Did they stick around? Are the Lords still here, or who else?
Everybody's coming back full force this cycle.
Well, again, work on the Lords.
Put it this way: this reset lit a fire under people's ashes that needed the fire lit under. So now again,
lighting fires up people's asses. Whatever happened to fucking the wolf tyrant? What happened to them? Did they fucking go?
Everybody's coming back with a vengeance. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm gonna go after the wolf tyrant. And if whoever wants them, come and get some. Man, fuck Affinity. Fuck the agents. Fuck the judges. Fuck everybody.
That's the mentality I want, Flip.
Oh man. Survivor, stay away. Survivor, stay away. Survivor, stay away.
Keep your distance. But yeah, things. But yeah, guys, things are looking up. The league is heading in the right direction. I had to do what I had to do. It worked. Again, I was talking off air with Giuliano. I know some people might have been offended by what I said, but again, I don't give a fuck who got offended or what I had to. What was said needed to be said. And again, if you don't got thick skin for this, then just stay out of the league. Don't bother me. If you're not in this,
the league got a new erection. Or what did you say?
Yeah, pretty much. Don't let Perfecto hear that.
Oh.
But so yes, on the other front, next pay-per-view, just to throw that in there, is All Out Mutiny. I did update the War Room. That is, again, All Out Mutiny is the next pay-per-view, and the matches are gonna be pretty much on as the cycles go by, depending on who steps up and who does what. Again, I'm watching everybody now in the War Room, in the report, the trash talk. I'm gonna start seeing who the hell is deserving of these title shots and tournament matches and everything else I got down the pipeline. And I'm really excited for what I'm about to do. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna appreciate what I'm doing this cycle and how I'm gonna present this report. So you guys only gotta wait 2 more weeks. I'm actually trying to shoot for getting it done that Thursday, even though I really don't need to. But I'm trying to shoot for that Thursday night when the Federation posts and get it out to you guys. But we'll see. And if it comes out Friday or Saturday, go fuck yourself. You're gonna have to wait. That's all it is. I'm sure you guys can wait another day. But it'll be it's gonna be worth it. Trust me. But anyway, so I want to go down the line and just get some last words from you guys. I'll start with Michael. You join me first. Any last words before we sign off, Giuliano?
Just about the douchebag sex. I'll be waiting.
You heard that Secret Six. They'll be waiting. So I'm actually eager to see who these six are and if they're really about what they're saying they're gonna do. There's only one way to find out. So we'll see. Rick Angel, any last words from you?
Oh, I'll go with something I haven't talked about yet, but last month Skanky, 3 Girls, 1 Cup are coming for you.
Nice. Wait, is that official? Is that official?
Let's make it official. Fuck it.
Daddy's girls are now known as 3 girls and 1 cup. You heard it here. That was exclusive. That's the official name now. I love it. I love it. And Flip, of course, last but not least, any last words from the man himself?
Oh man, no man, just keep having fun, guys. Like I said, we do this in character. We do this for fun. Like I said, if you want to keep having fun with us, join in, give us a call. Like I said, we don't I don't think we discriminate against anybody. As long as you want to jump on, as long as you want to install Skype, join the fun. Join the fun.
That's pretty much it, man. And again, like you said, it's just for entertainment, man. We don't. If you're gonna join on these calls, I gotta put the disclaimer out there. Don't take nothing personal, man. This is you need to be able to shoot the shit and give insult and take an insult just as good as you can give it. And if you can't do that, man, you ain't gonna have no fun in this league, man. Like, I can sit here and say go fuck yourself to all 3 of these people on this podcast, but they know I'm just fucking with them. And if you're the type of manager that comes on here and I say something like that to you and you get butthurt, the fuck out the league. And that's it. That's simple.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, go hop on FMR's motorcycles and get the fuck out of the league and never come back. All right? Go play with Craven's nut sacks and do whatever the fuck you want to. Go stick Barbie up your ass. I don't know what you want to do. You go play out there, but don't play.
Why do you keep describing Hal's last Saturday night?
I hear Hal's having a twister party at his house. Anybody wants to go over?
Oh man.
But yeah, thanks for coming on the show, gentlemen.
I'll tell you who's not going to be at that party is the agents, because Hal only invites people with gold. Perfecto, we got our 6-man TV titles. We got invited. You motherfuckers ain't going. I don't give a fuck, homie. You don't got no titles. You ain't going, bitch.
That boy.
No twister for you.
It don't count when you suck your way to a title.
Hey, no twister for you. I don't care. Suck, fucking blow.
You can't suck your way to titles.
You suck and you fucking play.
Don't worry. They'll find a way to show up. They'll find a way. But again, thanks for joining me on the show, guys. I really appreciate it. It was nice having all 3 of you on here. And until next time, guys, signing off. And hopefully the next podcast will be up, I would say, in the next week or so. So take it easy. Flip, have a good one. And until next time.
Right.